What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. LexxExpress checking in with some more WWE 2k24. We are here with Duet. Duet, how do you feel about the covers? We got 40 years of WrestleMania, Cody Rhodes for the standard edition, and the deluxe edition with Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. Man, I'm hyped.
Nah, these covers are insane, bro. These covers are insane. I was really hoping they were, because last year's covers were super sick, especially the Icon edition for Cena.
Yeah.
But they really blew it out of the park this year, especially with the women's cover. That one surprised me. 2 women on the same cover.
2 women on the same cover. So many added images, too, to give you a good variety. I mean, you got Bianca Belair doing a flip, her taunt, posing. You got, you know, the renders look amazing. And then when you switch on over to Cody, same thing. You got him doing his little whoa chant. You got him on the turnbuckle with his attire, looking like Mr. Captain America with the little smile.
Facts.
And then 40 years of WrestleMania. What a damn shame that this is not a physical edition, because this cover is ridiculous.
Yeah, no, I thought the exact same thing. That, like, if I could, I get a physical copy of all 3 of these covers, bro. They're all insane.
They are. They really, really
One thing
are.
about the Rhea and Bianca cover, it actually kind of reminds me of SmackDown versus Raw, because you got the red on one side and blue on the other.
Oh my God, you're right. Yeah, the color tone, like the scheme that they went with.
Yeah.
You know, they should have given. I know Bianca's color's more red and Rhea's more purple, but they should have kind of flipped it since Bianca's on SmackDown.
Yeah, facts. Facts.
Good eye there that you pointed that out. I didn't really see it like that, but yeah, it's more of a traditional versus cover here. But how about Cody, man? Cody finally not only getting to finish his story within the game world, but getting the mega star treatment, the face of WWE 2k24, because regardless of whichever edition you buy, he's the guy you're going to be seeing when you load up into the game with the little app, you know, the software logo.
Yeah, you're like on all the menus and shit. Yeah,
exactly. So Cody getting the mega star treatment, I love it, man. And let's just talk a little bit about how they showed us vintage Hogan cutting a promo for a modern game.
I don't know how they did that. I don't know how they pulled it. Obviously, they used AI, but I don't know if they pulled that from like a real promo or they got him to record some.
I think, yeah, it sounds very modernized. So I think they probably had him record the line and they got his facial expression from real life. And they just, you know, it's not the best work. I don't even want to show the Stone Cold one. The Hogan one looked really impressive, but the Stone Cold one, I'm like, hey, what are you doing? Right. But how about the reveal for the casket match within that trailer, showing Undertaker closing Shawn Michaels shut at a Royal Rumble venue?
We'll probably get into it like a bit later, but I did not expect the casket match to be added.
Yeah,
I said that like multiple times. Like
for sure.
Like I had very little faith. Like when I saw it, I was so proud. I was like, bro, what? They actually got it done. Dude, I couldn't believe it.
They kind of did it to themselves, right? Because we're going based on their track record, 2K20, 22, 23. We're like, yeah, it's not really possible for 2K to all of a sudden start flexing casket matches along with other ones. Like if they had casket match, that's it, because they added War Games last year and that was it. But
yeah, it's so out of character for them to do this much.
I mean, we're kind of turning back the clock here, and they are also revisiting the WrestleMania showcase with reliving 40 years of WrestleMania. I'm happy about that.
So am I. Like, one thing I did notice though, but like, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. In the trailer, like, it, at least in my head, I'm imagining if they really do cover like all of the years of WrestleMania, that we would have seen a lot of that, right? What we saw in the trailer was kind of like a lot of more recent stuff, or stuff that's already kind of like been covered, like Hogan, Andre. You know, we've got like a more modern Taker in there.
Roman, Cody, Rhea. Yeah, you're right, for sure.
But maybe for all we know, there's like a specific, 40
setup
years of
for
WrestleMania
yeah.
trailer. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? That'll sort of go in more detail stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
this was more of like showing you a little bit of everything and kind of like just letting you know, hey, this is what we're giving you. There's more to come. So let's dig into we're gonna dig into all the information here, guys. I know you're probably antsy and you're like, Lex, what about the features? What about this? What about that? What do I get for my pre-order bonuses? Don't worry, man. Duet and I got you covered. We're going to break down the features that they've listed for the press release. And we're also going to visit the 2K website, the official 2K website, to see the little headlines they have there, the bullet points. And then we're also going to go over the pre-order bonus. So we have lots of information to unpack in this video. Get some snacks, pause the video, come back, and let's enjoy the excitement for WWE 2k24. So as you see here, www.2k.com/2k24/features is where we're at. Duet, man, like I said, I'm really excited about the showcase. It says 2K Showcase of the Immortals. WrestleMania, one of the biggest spectacles in sports entertainment, takes center stage in WWE 2K24. Packed with the greatest matches from WrestleMania's illustrious 40-year history, 2K Showcase of the Immortals allows you to recreate iconic moments and help some of WWE's legends claim their place in the record books as undisputed champions. So we are going to be playing as the winners this year, unlike last year with John Cena, that we had to pretty much beat him, and the showcase was based on John Cena. We're playing as his opponents. This year, I think we're just going to cover, like they're saying here and we were talking about, they're just going to cover the 40 years in different, periods and phases. I don't think we're going to get like every single WrestleMania. I think we're going to jump.
14, yeah.
Yeah. I don't think we're getting every single one. We're going to get a lot of modern stuff, as you mentioned. But at the end of the day, I love the celebration, right? Mm-hmm. The game is coming out about a month before WrestleMania. It's going to be in the thick of WrestleMania season. So the marketing for this is about to go bananas.
Well, one thing I'm still like hoping for, right? Looking at all like the contracts and stuff, it makes sense why they can do like every single WrestleMania, even though I would have hoped for it. I'm still hoping we get like all of the arenas.
Yes,
right?
I would love, if not all of the arenas, at least like what, 90% or 85%. Like I'm just throwing an exact number out there because we should get most of the arenas, hopefully.
I think we should, especially because we're getting we'll get onto that in a bit when we go over the DLC. But
yeah,
a lot of the modern arenas are just graphics, right? So you don't really need much work on them. I hope they put some of that time and effort into recreating at least most of the WrestleMania arenas, right?
That'll be cool. Yeah, or give us all the tools to actually have the legit creation experience for us to be able to put it together as realistic as we possibly can without having to add too many things from our own Google image search.
Facts.
So it says all new match types. There's a few here that are listed on their site. It says from guest referee to casket, gauntlet, and ambulance matches, there are a bevy of new match types to experience in 2K24, including support for multiple superstars in backstage brawl. How are we feeling about that, Duet? Because I know, like you said, you were a little skeptical with the casket match, but they doubled and tripled down on this. These are one of the most requested matches being finally added to this series.
Well, yeah, especially because like one of the biggest things for me was that usually there's always a conflict between like what the fans of the game want and what is actually presented on WWE TV.
Yes.
Right? Like usually we won't get, like when we got the Inferno match and stuff like that for WWE 13, that was like relevant to like the historic Kane and Undertaker and all that type of stuff, right? And because this is mostly marketing for the current product, they don't usually have stuff that isn't currently on TV. Like there's no casket matches on TV, right?
Exactly.
So I really did have a lot of doubts that they would put in the game, but to my surprise, I actually got it. Like, and I'm super impressed. I can't lie.
Me too, man. I mean, if you guys saw my reaction, it was genuine. It was in real time. I had no idea that this was gonna ultimately be in there, because you never say never. That's the motto in wrestling, and we kind of set ourselves up for failure oftentimes with the show on TV, because we want them to go in a certain direction, or even with the games, we expect for them to kind of give us something that we've been really wanting, and that's not necessarily the case. We're not always getting what we expect and anticipate. And this time around, I feel like we're being rewarded heavily. I mean, ambulance match, I don't even remember the last time we saw one of those.
I think I saw a GIF. It was like Roman hopping out of an ambulance and spearing Braun Strowman. I don't know if that was an actual match or just like a segment. But
several years ago, at the very least. It hasn't happened like within the last year for them to add it to the game.
Not recently at all whatsoever. Yeah,
exactly. So that was dope to see listed. I wish they would have showed it in the trailer. I would have probably shouted even harder, because reading about it and seeing it in real time are two different beasts. But I'm excited about that. And then they brought back MyRise. There's two MyRise stories here. I'm sure one is for men, the other for women. The one on top, as you see there, guys, it's listed as MyRise Unleashed, and the one on the bottom is MyRise Undisputed. And the listing says, embark on 2 action-packed career arcs as you ascend from a WWE recruit to a decorated WWE champion in MyRise. Watch your WWE dreams unfold as you progress through original storylines and achieve WWE superstardom in the men's and women's division. How are we feeling about that little teaser, Duet?
I mean, it's pretty vague, right?
Yeah.
I think Undisputed, probably a reference to like winning the world titles, both world titles, something like beating Roman or something like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, MyRise has mostly had the same formula the past couple of years. I know 2K22 was kind of flat because they had to change all their plans or whatever. I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna keep like this sort of same kind of, go on your own adventure formula, or if they're gonna have like a more cohesive thing this year.
Yeah, a little more structure to it. I feel like 23 got a little more organized. I think what really set apart 22 was having to take out the Bray Wyatt stuff that kind of ruined, any kind of awards and hype that we could have given them, because it kind of made it like a mess.
Exactly. Like he was the most probably important wrestler in that whole thing, right? And so
that was the biggest arc of that. Exactly. It ruined it.
Him out. Exactly.
So go ahead. I'm sorry.
Just I guess we'll see what this year has. I don't know what they're going to do with the women, but for the men, if I'm facing Roman, if I'm going up against the Bloodline,
that'll be cool. Wow,
for that,
that'll be really
cool.
What
unlockables are going to be with that.
Yep. So they brought back MyFaction. Whoop-de-doo. I know a lot of people right now are probably yawning and rolling their eyes, but I'm a fan of MyFaction as long as they're able to expand and give us features that are not only specific to that mode in terms of building a team and enjoying the collecting elements, but allowing us to play with those characters outside of it. I doubt it. I'm sure they're still going to be locked in. I'm forever holding them accountable, but I want to see what this mode looks like with their imagination expanded, honestly. So let me read here and then I'll get your thoughts on the mode. So it says, build your faction. Collect and build your ideal WWE faction using superstars and legends from every era. 2K24 both single player and online multiplayer matches, including the all-new ranked quick play. Compete against rival factions around the world and earn new rewards in the process as you establish yourself atop the seasonal leaderboard. So they're bringing in leaderboards. They're bringing in a rank system for online quick play. I don't know if that really does it for me, but although they're being vague, it seems like we're going to get a lot of the same here.
Yeah, no, I'm going to be honest. I didn't really I completed MyFaction in 2K22.
Yeah.
But I could barely get started on 23, especially with and I understand why they did it, but like with the sort of artificial restrictions between
Yeah.
like the ladder rewards, you can't really get any cool rewards for playing at the beginning. You sort of have to wait for them to roll it out and stuff like that.
Exactly. Yeah, because they want the mode to last all year round.
It's yeah. I mean, I don't know. I'll see what they have in store for this year. But if it's like 23, I'm
You're done.
probably not going to do too much with it. To be
Of course.
like, one thing is, I think the Cody Mattel thing. I think we actually get that as a part of the pre-order.
Yes,
So
we do.
maybe.
We do.
So like, I'm definitely going to be trying out that Cody card. But I don't know how often I'm going to be returning back to that mode. We'll just
I
have
hear
to
you.
see.
I hear you. I'm on the same boat for sure. I agree. Then we got here Universe. Not much listed here, but it says control the WWE Universe. Universe mode gives you the power to develop feuds and create something never before seen in the WWE. The no holds barred sandbox is enhanced with more expanded rivalry actions, brand new cutscenes, and double title matches. Double title matches and new cutscenes. Let's go. So they got actions and cutscenes. Is that what they're implying here, or cutscenes and rivalry actions are all in the same? What do you think that means?
I think there's just gonna be. I think they're gonna have just like more cutscenes that play out when you're playing universe mode. Like you're not gonna be seeing a lot of the same animations, but again, at the same time,
but that's different from. Hold on. Let me stop you. But the cutscenes playing at random, like in 2K19 and some of the other ones, where you just got random cutscenes showing up that have nothing to do with rivalry actions, or are they strictly going to be tied down to the rivalry action, like, you know, where it goes back and forth and it's like, oh yeah, Brock Lesnar wins this one, so he's going to attack you at the end of the match? Do you think it's going to be in relation to the attacking at the end of the match, or we're going to get, you know, bonus cutscenes within that same space?
I just think we're getting like just like more cutscenes in terms of like the amount of animations. I don't think there's going to be like a sort of
difference between the two.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a sort of like new cohesiveness to like the storylines and stuff like that. All right, but who knows? We'll have to see.
We'll see. Yeah, because right now they're not listing a whole lot.
Exactly.
And then last but not least, we got MyGM. Run the show in MyGM. One of my favorite modes, if not my favorite mode. Assume the role of general manager and draft an elite roster of WWE superstars so you can start producing larger-than-life shows in MyGM mode. Make executive decisions by trading, you heard that right, by trading superstars, offering contracts, and doing whatever it takes to best more rival GMs and brands than ever before. Damn, that sounds good. I like the trading stuff. That's going to be interesting to see play out. They have Mr. M. Gorgeous here as the cover for MyGM. We got Oscar as the cover for Universe. The MyFaction has a little graffiti. And, you know, I'm hyped, man. I'm hyped. We're going to transition into the extra features that were revealed on WWE.com. But what do you have to say about MyGM?
I mean, I've been saying this for a while, and it's a rant for another day, but MyGM has pretty much replaced Universe mode for me. I almost exclusively.
Yeah, same. Last year, I probably didn't burn it out as much as I could have because I played it so much in 22, honestly, and 23 was very, very similar, just with a few added features. I'm really hoping that with 24, they really take it into that next level where it feels like a brand new experience evolved from what we've played, not just the same thing with a couple tweaks. You know what I mean?
And well, they're kind of in a weird spot because when they took out MyGM mode, it's because WWE didn't really have GMs on TV.
Yeah,
and
of
so
course.
Universe mode was like kind of supposed to be the replacement for that.
Yeah.
And now with it coming back, it's like it's kind of coming back when the mode that was supposed to replace it is kind of here already, right?
True. So great features listed over at 2K. Check it out over there. Now let's head on to WWE.com. In the main homepage, you could find this WWE 2K24 article. It says finish your story with WWE 2K24 and cover star superstars Cody Rhodes, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley. Those are the 3 stars that are headlining this year's game, as you saw. And for those asking, Lex, what console will this be available on? Starting March 5th, you heard that right, March 5th, if you're getting the Deluxe or WrestleMania Edition, you'll be able to play it on PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X/S, Xbox One, and PC via Steam. So if you're on PC, only on Steam, all right? And let's scroll down a little bit. We're going to skim through this article. There's a lot to unpack here, and I'm not going to read every single thing, right? But it does list the new match types again, like ambulance, special guest referee, 2 new MyRise experiences, of course. And then it says that fans could look forward to a massive roster of more than 200 WWE superstars and legends, including Roman Reigns, Andre the Giant, Becky Lynch, Batista, Kurt Angle, Asuka, Bret Hart, Brock Lesnar, Macho Man, Randy Savage, China, and more. Do it. Over 200 wrestlers?
That's pretty insane. I mean, like, I think someone told me that, like, 2K20 had, like, 238, but I don't know how much of that is real wrestlers versus, like...
Yeah, the added attires. Yeah, exactly.
And, like, all, like, the horror DLC stuff like that. 200
for sure.
Like a lot. I hope to see a lot of like the new legends that they have under contract.
New legends,
like the Dudley Boys.
Oh my god! If they add those guys, that'll be amazing, bro.
Yeah.
That'll be amazing. I'm so hyped, and then I'm a big graphics guy. I've talked about it plenty. It says here, incredibly realistic graphics and improved animations with over 90% of facial expressions updated. That to me right there is like music to my ears. Give me more of that. That is outstanding news.
The thing is, the graphics have been pretty stellar. Like, I think 2K22 was probably the best the game has looked since like 2K15.
Oh my god!
Sort of original screenshot, you remember?
Yes.
So, like, I'm all for, because for whatever reason, I don't know. I think Cody's model actually looks pretty good from what I saw in the trailer.
Yeah, Cody.
I know with some
they improved it a little bit with some different camera angles I saw.
Because I know with some superstars, just for whatever reason, it's hard to translate their likeness onto the game. And
yes,
so,
for sure.
For some of the superstars that looked, I guess, less like themselves, they kind of worked on that. But for the most part, I'm mostly happy with the game's graphics.
Yeah, me too. And we've always said this: if the game looks good as it does, especially right now, they could just start working on other things, which is probably why we're starting to see a lot more matches added this year. So, in terms of more graphical updates, it says plus improvements to the ramp cameras, dive cameras, and the ability to move the camera during live gameplay. We saw something similar when you're spectating in MyGM, where you're able to move the camera during gameplay. But to do this in real time, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to be like just a random button like in Madden, where you're zooming out the camera with the D-pad, if you will. Is that what it is, you think?
Somebody said it might be like NBA 2K, where you could like go into the settings and then choose the camera angle that you're going to have during the match, right? So you can like look at the...
Yes.
Basically, like you could go into the menu, choose the here comes the pain camera, and then look down the stage, right? Which,
but
if it is, I'll be impressed. If it is, I'll be impressed, because I know they have problems trying to implement that,
for
right?
sure. Yeah, with frame rates dropping and maybe some technical things that they don't want you to see hidden going on in the background.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna add to what you just said and kind of piggyback on what I mentioned prior. I don't think that this is that you pause it and go change it like in 2K. I know that that's the standard that they have within their games, but it says during live gameplay, meaning it's not really focusing on settings within this phrase. It's focusing on during. And during, to me, again, if you guys play Madden, the football game, in Madden on the D-pad, there's a button scheme where you're ultimately able to transition the camera from being up close to the quarterback to pulling back, or even being far away like broadcasts, you know, all in real time. That's going to be hard to achieve. Going from not being able to change the camera at all to changing it in real time with the kind of graphics that they're providing here, I want to see what that looks like, because that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, even the menu at first I thought was kind of a stretch. When I read it, I just imagined like the old highlight reel.
Yes.
Just like go around the arena and like and stuff like that. But like whatever it ends up being, like
it's a win.
Ends up being the menu, it's a win. Yeah,
it's a win because we're able to change the camera, which is what we've wanted for the gameplay. I mean, it seems like they're speaking to my heart, like they're pulling at me, bro. They're like, "Oh, Lex, you were talking about camera angles? No worries. Oh, you wanted more? You want a special guest referee, more matches? Oh, no worries, we got that too. I mean, come on, dude." And then it says that it's providing the most visually impressive WWE 2K experience to date. I believe it. I mean, it already sounds like it as is, and I haven't even played the damn game.
Yeah, no, probably. It just remains to be seen, but even that one Cody shot of his entrance in the trailer,
beautiful.
Right? I hope I get to see that same angle in the game.
Yes,
that looked awesome.
Beautiful.
That looked
beautiful.
Super awesome.
Beautiful. So we're gonna kind of go over here the features that are, you know, listed as bullet points on WWE.com, but I don't want to bore you guys to death. So to speed up the process, we're going to skip through some of the things here. If we missed out on anything and you want to discuss it, hit us up in the comments section, okay? I have it up on display. You guys could pause the video and read it if you don't want to actually pull up the article yourself. But, you know, they're obviously promoting the Hulk Hogan match with Andre the Giant. We're going to be slamming him. They tease it in the trailer as well. They kind of have to, right? I mean, that's what, the first WrestleMania and one of the biggest moments in wrestling history, period. Like, even people that are watching wrestling today, they have that image kind of, you know, imprinted in their brains because it's in every freaking promo for WWE.
Yep.
But it says it has drawn earth-shaking roars from 100,000 plus in attendance as the biggest icons in WWE made history, left every drop of blood, sweat, and tears in a squared circle. And then it says it puts players in control, playing through the most iconic moments in WrestleMania history. So they're going to focus on things that we've seen in previous games, but most importantly, big, monumental, historical moments for WrestleMania. So I like that they don't really care that it's been done before. They're presenting it with these new graphics, the new gameplay features that they currently have. And it says here that it's a distinctive slingshot tech, seamlessly morphs gameplay to live action footage, and back again for the most immersive WrestleMania video game experience to date. And a host of unlockable content adds a challenge and replay value to this historical experience. So it seems like we're going to kind of play through a documentary style game mode like they've been doing with the previous 2K games. Do you like that experience? Because I love it.
As far as presentation, maybe, but like my biggest issue with the past two showcases, besides the fact that they're kind of like super short.
No, they are.
Just like some of the matches just have no historical relevance whatsoever. Like I'm sorry, I did not care about Rey Mysterio and Samoa Joe, even though it was a decent feud.
No, you're right. You're right. They could have added a little more to certain moments like that. I feel like the Rey Mysterio one was a little weaker than John Cena in terms of giving us historical facts and giving us, you know, a more inside look. It kind of felt like it was a little rushed on the surface, just there to be there.
Especially because, like, this is the same company that did Showcase for 2K15. All right.
Yeah.
If this resembles anything like that, with the presentation of like the one from John Cena's, this mode could be really epic.
Yes.
It might put me back in love with the showcase again.
Yeah. So for you, it's a wait and see. For me, it's like, give it to me right now. All right. It says iconic roster, which we did talk about that earlier. They're kind of listing everyone all the same, and then obviously boasting the high and ultra realistic graphics. I mean, no one does it like them, so there's not really much to be said there. We already covered that. New match types, improvements, and existing match types. So let's kind of cover that a little bit because there is some extra tidbits to unpack here. Players ask and WWE 2k24 delivers with 4 new chaotic match types. So it's only 4 that are being added. And I'm saying only, you know, just to throw it in there that there's not more than 4. But, I mean, these are huge matches. Special guest referee. Oh, that's what I really wanted. And for the LWF League, which I gotta plug it in for you guys. If you're not aware, we are running a massive league on the channel with over 35 members already joining. It's a role-playing wrestling league. You're gonna want to join us for the adventures that we're gonna have on there. It's gonna live through Discord and boil onto your screens for YouTube. All right, join it, because now with special guest referee, I'm going to have to referee every match. Like, I'm going to be pulling double duties as a freaking, you know, league CEO, if you will, and special guest referee, which I think is amazing. So you have that, and then you got the ambulance match, the casket match, and a gauntlet match. In addition to those, the Backstage Brawl now features 4-player support and new interactive environmental elements, including a working elevator. What? I didn't even know that. A working elevator, breakable control room glass, and a vending machine with throwable sodas. While the Royal Rumble now offers support for 8 online players in 30 superstar. Wait, what? Hold on. Offers support for 8 online players. Oh, so 8 online players will get to control the 30 superstar
8
match.
In the lobby,
Oh, that's amazing. So we're kind of grouping it together. That's great idea, 2K. My God, what took you so long? I know that it's crazy to have all 30 people at the same time. Like, the connection is already a struggle, so I get it. But finally, there's a solution for our Royal Rumble struggle. Shit. All of the familiar WWE 2K match types such as War Games, Extreme Rules, CLC Submission, Hell in a Cell, and many more also return. More details on each new match type will be shared soon. And how about this? You know, they have create your own match, so you could kind of customize and tweak some of these other matches that they've added, and we could kind of do our own thing here and expand on it. But how do you feel about the new matches? Because I know you were skeptical. I even called you a Debbie Downer. I had to, because I'm like, dog, please let this be real. Don't ruin my hype. And we got it, man. I mean, we won as fans. We finally got heard. We won, Duet. We won.
Yo. Dude, when I saw this, I was just blown away with the like. Again, my expectations have just been so low, especially from the sort of what they've been able to get done in the past couple years, right? Because I know they've been trying a bunch of stuff, but just hearing like how they've kind of struggled to really materialize any of that into the final game, seeing all of this genuinely surprised me. And to think that, like, even though it's considered an addition this game, like, we can expect all of this moving forward. Right, like,
dude,
so sort of,
seriously, like, they don't have to remove it. Please keep it in the game, 2K. Please don't remove it.
Exactly. So yeah, no, I'm saying, and this is the thing, right? Like, if they're adding casket matches, which we don't see on TV at all, right? Think about all the other match types now that, like, even though they might not be super relevant to TV, are now
we could still maybe get it.
Yeah, exactly. Like Inferno match, right? I've only played a couple back in
everybody
like
wants that stuff, match, man.
But I know everyone wants it.
Yeah. So we may get Inferno match next year at this rate, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So we got gameplay upgrades here listed as well. Feature improvements to gameplay throughout, including super finishers, the Trading Blows minigame, which a lot of people wanted chain wrestling. And the Trading Blows minigame really goes in sync with a lot of what we see on TV now, where you got guys just, you know, blow after blow going back and forth. I like that, that they're tapping into, you know, what fans kind of wanted. It's not chain wrestling, it's not there, but it is a new mini game with blows being something that we've seen a lot more superstars do as of late on real-time TV. So I like that. You got top rope dive into groups now, which that happens like every single time. So finally, 2K, thank you. Double title matches, which I don't know what happened that it wasn't there last year, but the fact that it's there now, I'll take it. We waited long enough. Thank you. New paybacks and much more. Can't wait to see what the paybacks look like, because that kind of defines the match sometimes. Sometimes you could be down and out for the count, and the payback ultimately puts you in another stratosphere, and if you utilize it correctly, it gets you the win a lot. So
yeah, because ever since they introduced paybacks, like way back when, I think it was like WWE 12 or something.
Yeah,
they've been like on and off with adding them for new superstars, right?
Yeah,
and sometimes they'll like only add one. So it's nice to see that they actually highlight it. Hopefully, that means we get more than just one new.
Hopefully, new weapon types, including trash cans, which I've been wanting for them to put back, guitars and microphones. Plus the ability to throw weapons, allow players to bring the pain. Also, 7 real hold on. Before we get to the real referees, the weapons, bro. The weapons do it. Trash cans, guitars, microphones, and they said soda cans earlier too. That you get to throw soda cans from the vending machine. Wow!
2K. WWE 2K, here comes the pain. That's what this game should be called.
Dude, what the hell? They even did a little slight reference. Bring the pain. I see what you did there. 2K. My God. And then to end it here, to cap off that little feature, also 7 real referees. I've been asking for that forever. I'm like, where are the real refs? Why can't you just scan them? With the technology we have in this day and age and how important they are to storylines. I mean, I want to see the guy that has been tumbling over in every single Roman Reigns match saying, come on, Roman, come on, you know? My goodness.
Blown away by the wind every Roman match.
Yeah, right? So we're finally going to get some real refs. We don't know who they are just yet, but I'm happy to see that. And sky's the limit here, guys. They could always add more, like Duet said. This is just the starting point. The fact that we already see it featured here, it means that it's only up from here, especially when they leave last gen in the last gen, right? Like, this makes me even more excited for 2K25 because we know that it's going to be expanded onto a whole nother level. Like, oh my God. So,
especially because I'm thinking with the referees, right? Like,
yes,
even if all the licensed referees are just like current day ones right now.
Yeah.
Again, moving forward in the future, if we're doing licensed referees, that leaves sort of the door open for our boy Earl Hebner and all these other classic referees to be introduced, right? I
would love Earl Hebner, Mike Chioda, you know. They got to put Mini Nate, Charles Robinson there.
Mini Nate,
Come on, man. I mean, 2K, thank you. Thank you. Now let's try to see if we could get Earl Hebner in there. We need the GOAT. So MyGM here is pretty much listing kind of the same thing. It says that you earn XP, you level up and to gain new benefits after participating in matches, which I want to see what that's like because the participation in matches have felt kind of like a blunder in the last couple MyGMs. So I want to see how they kind of tune that up a little bit. And then it says more match type, more dramas, more championships. Talent scouts. I like what what I see there. That kind of reminds me of like franchise mode for NBA, MLB, and Madden. The NFL. So scouting talent. That's a cool feature that I'm looking forward to seeing what that even means. Honestly. And then one of the things that I emphasized was trading superstars. But yeah, circling back, what do you want to add?
Dude, this is slowly becoming the old GM mode that I missed so much. Oh my
God. Slowly but surely, bro. You get to manage the contract. I hope that they're more detailed now because it's been kind of bland with that. And then it says the new superstar journey. So the superstar journey is where allows superstars to earn the XP and train. Oh, yeah. This is sounding a lot like a season mode. Almost. Yeah. That is very, very dope. I like that. And if they somehow added cutscenes, which I don't know, I think that's probably asking for too much considering that all the cutscenes are probably meant to live in universe mode. But if they throw in a couple sprinkles of cutscenes in MyGM, I mean, goodbye universe mode, rest in peace.
That's what I was about to say.
I mean, damn, bro.
Like the
And
second they add customization to brands in MyGM, like Universe is actually
it's
dead.
a
Like,
wrap.
there's no-
It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Like there's no use for it, right? For us at least, that we're
Exactly.
MyGM heads. And then MyFaction, the team building. I won't spend too much time here. I know you guys don't care for it. You still got the 4v4. Now it says there's a reward shop. New theme cards and goals will continue to roll out regularly throughout the year. Seasonal leaderboards, and then there's unique rewards, obviously. I don't know. It says returns with a new direct purchase card market. So they're implementing the new NBA 2K card market there, where you're gonna buy cards directly. I guess that's cool because you have access to the specific card you want versus kind of ripping packs and not really gaining a whole lot of value for what you're putting in. So the grind is going to be a little more rewarding. But again, from what I'm seeing here, even on this article, it doesn't seem like MyFaction is getting a complete overhaul. It seems like just an expanded version of what we've already seen.
Yeah, I mean, making the grind more rewarding.
Yeah,
it's
that's a
definitely
bonus
helps,
for sure. Yeah,
right?
you're right.
It definitely helps.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I think just like conceptually, like I don't think there's much that they can really get out of this mode unless they start to integrate other modes into it.
True.
Right? Like until we start like unlocking classic arenas and stuff through like showcase within MyFaction, I don't think that. I think this mode kind of just is what it is, right? And
yeah,
if you like it, then you'll like it. If you don't, I don't know how much any of these will really sway you.
Yeah, you're 100% right. And to be honest with you, this is another tidbit of information I just read here. For MyRise, it specifically adds unlockables carrying over into other game modes. Notice that it does not say that at all for MyRise.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a lot of the same stuff. So people are going to be pissed off once again with the locked content over there. But it is what it is, man. We're getting so many wins that it's kind of hard to complain over one little L at this point, right?
Yeah. Especially because, like, unfortunately for MyFaction, this is a game with community creations, right? So
yes.
We're not totally SOL.
Yeah, for sure. I have to admit that we've gotten just so many wins. I just can't sit here and be like, oh yeah, this sucks. It's locked. No. Exactly. It's locked, but there's a lot to unpack everywhere else that we're going to be pretty much, counting our blessings with this one, if you will.
Yep, that's true.
So MyRise, there's not much else to add. It says MyRise is more impactful on the overall WWE 2K experience than ever before. And then, we got it says that there is voice. Wait, it says... Oh, Roman, Cody, McFoley, and others performing MyRise voiceovers for the first time ever. So that's pretty cool that we're gonna feature even more characters than we've seen in the past. I'm eager to see what the voiceovers sound like, but knowing that they actually got them to get involved with the process of developing the story seems like match made in heaven for me.
Facts. I know we've had some voiceovers, and some of them they had to do like separate voice actors, like for Seth and stuff in MyRise.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
for the most part, this seems like more typical MyRise stuff. Again, I'm super excited to see what that Roman story is going to be like. That Roman.
Me too. Then it says for Universe, the Ultimate Universe Sandbox experience puts players in charge of superstar roster, feuds, champions, weekly shows, premium live events. Expanded rivalry actions, including run-ins, Money in the Bank run-ins, scenarios, brawls, as well as new cutscenes, special guest referee support, double title matches, and loser leaves town stipulation, which I like that. The loser leaves town is awesome. But not much really there to talk about.
No, what people want from Universe mode is to fix the glitches. That's what people want.
Yeah, that's what, hopefully that's been buffed out, because there's not really much else to unpack with new add-ons that we've seen here listed. This is all bare minimum leading up to 2K24. I'm sure we're going to hear some more tidbits that are going to probably be monumental to the experience. So, Creation Suite, the crown jewel of WWE 2K franchise, the best in class, most detailed and robust. Yeah, that's all marketing. But it says all new support for Create a Referee, which is a massive surprise, and Create a Sign is back, as well as new parts and animations to design custom superstars, GMs, arenas, entrances, movesets, championships, and more. So how about that, Duet? We got Create a Sign again and Create a Ref, bro.
I'm glad they included the Create a Ref, because what that tells me is that, like, when you're a referee, like the kind of like 30-13 stuff, like the control scheme and stuff is going to be different. Like, you're going to just have...
Yeah, you're not just going to be a standing bozo tapping a...
Yeah, you're not going to have access to, like, your regular moveset. There's going to be different stuff for, like, the pins and all that. And so it
sounds very official.
They accounted for that. They accounted for that and put it in the game.
Yeah. Way more realistic and enjoyable, I think, with the route that it sounds like they're heading, honestly.
Exactly.
So that's about it for the features that have been revealed today. Today being January 22nd, 2024. I love everything that I hear. We got some pre-order bonuses to talk about. You know, they got Billy Graham, which at the time of the reaction video, I had just woken up. It was super early in the morning, and I was like, who the hell is that guy? Especially the picture that they got. I couldn't even make him out. I know that fans of him are like, come on, Lex, it's Billy Graham. I know who that is. But for me, I was just lost in the sauce. I'm not even going to lie. There's no point in lying. I really had no idea. But adding, you know, the broken Cody Rhodes, if you will, adding Stardust, adding Farrell, his dog, as a manager, which is funny. It says that it's going to be a gold rarity manager card. And then we obviously got Dusty Rhodes finally in the game, the 1976 version of his father. I really like that as a pre-order bonus for the standard edition, which is going to run for $70, okay? The standard edition cross-gen edition bundle will be $70. So if you're on Xbox One or PS4 and you plan on upgrading to the next gen at any point in time in the near future, you're going to want to buy that edition. And then you got the standard $60 version, which is like strictly Xbox One, PS4. Please don't do that to yourself. Don't rip yourself off, because then you're going to have to double dip if you get the new console within the next year. And then the deluxe edition.
Oh, okay.
What happened?
That makes sense. I was because I was wondering, like, what is the relevance of, like, 1976 Dusty? But I now realize the whole story with Dusty and the WWE title. I think it's from 1977 of him taking it from Billy Graham, but then because that's who the match was for the WWE title.
Makes sense. Okay. Thank you for that tidbit. I appreciate that. See, that's why we have you in here. I didn't even think of that.
Because as soon as they said 1976, I just thought, like, what's the relevance? Like, who cares? Like, when have they ever mentioned that? But now I understand.
For sure. Yeah. For sure. And with the pre-order bonus, you also get the faction cards that line up. You know, obviously the Pharaoh edition there is the manager card for 2K's MyFaction, but you also get MyFaction cards, playable MyFaction cards for Mattel Bruce, Cody Rhodes, the gold rarity card, and then, you know, that's for people that don't really stress the fact that MyFaction has locked content and they just enjoy the mode. But there's a lot of people that are not going to give a shit about that, so why even waste our time? The deluxe edition does come with the season pass. It comes with the MyRise Mega Boost and Supercharger alongside MyFaction cards, and 3 days ahead of standard and cross-gen release. So the game is going to come out March 8th. But if you get the deluxe edition, like I mentioned, you get all these bonuses with the, you know, with the season pass, and you're also going to get to play it on March 5th, right? And then the 40 years of WrestleMania one is going to include an extra bonus pack. The bonus pack will feature alternate attires for Macho King Randy Savage, which is a WrestleMania Randy Savage. You got Rey Mysterio for Mania 22, Triple H Mania 30, Charlotte Flair Mania 33, and Rhea Ripley Mania 36, as well as gold rarity MyFaction cards for each, instant unlocking of all playable showcase characters, and the WrestleMania 40 arena. So it didn't list that earlier with the deluxe edition, did it? No.
No, the 40 or
No,
I
it
don't think
doesn't.
so. No,
It doesn't
I
list
think
it.
it's
I'm
for
seeing.
40 years of WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 40 years of WrestleMania edition will give you a boost where you literally don't have to play through the showcase and you'll have everything unlocked. Arenas. Oh, even the WrestleMania 40 arena, which they already have. I'm pretty sure that's going to be like a mock-up of like just the logo and an idea of what they're going for. But I doubt it's going to be that. You think it's an actual thing?
Because I know they did that in 2K14 where they did WrestleMania 30 before WrestleMania 30 actually happened. And so they just had like the kind of concept arena. But this, it says... oh,
I see it. Available after launch. No, you're totally right.
So it's going to be like the real arena later.
Wow.
After the show happens. Yeah.
See, that's what I've been wanting them to do forever. Give us real arenas post-launch. And this is another answering my excitement for the game.
Yeah.
And is the but the instant unlock and the arena for WrestleMania 40, that's not exclusive to that edition. I think that's going to be in the game regardless.
I hope so. I mean, I'm going to be I'm going to wait to see the rest of the marketing. I'm probably going to be getting the 40 years WrestleMania edition. It's usually just how I go every year. But
yeah, it's 120 it says.
I hope it's for the earlier editions because I hate the idea of or maybe they're going to release it individually later, but I really don't like the idea.
Yeah,
of, like,
you see, look at
it only to the most expensive thing.
No, I think it's for everyone because it says instant unlocking of all playable showcase characters and WrestleMania 40 arena.
Okay, yeah, you know what? Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So it's like the WrestleMania 40 arena is going to be locked away within the showcase.
Within the showcase, and
that's
you
awesome, got to beat it to unlock it whenever it's available post launch.
No, if that's how it is, yeah, that's awesome. Then I think that's totally fair. I wish they would have put MyRise too. I'm not sure if I'm gonna play it through the female MyRise to unlock everyone.
Yeah,
I get
such
a chore unlocking Molly Holly because I'm actually a fan of Molly Holly, but just playing through the whole
thing. It does feel like a chore all the time to me, in my opinion, to have to play through the MyRise stuff because it's very specific, and I get it. They do it like that because they want you to have the replay value. But to me, like, I don't like the force-fed stuff, you know?
Exactly.
I don't really like that. So I think that this is pretty real based on what people have been posting online. There's actually a match list, Duet. I don't know if you could confirm it for me here. But I'm going to pull it up on the screen here for everyone to read it alongside with us. Hold on, let me see. So it starts off with Seth Rollins, WrestleMania 31. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman, World Heavyweight Championship match.
Oh, that might have been the one I sent. I'm pretty sure that's just
a list of all the matches.
Yeah, it's just a concept one. It's not
of the ones that they should do?
Yeah, like somebody did predictions before the game got revealed.
Cool. Okay. So and it could also be based on, what we saw in the trailer too. Because it shows Cody Rhodes at the venue where he faced Seth Rollins. So the bonus match would be Roman versus The Rock. So yeah, this is just concept, but I just wanted to put that out there, guys, in case you enjoy looking at concept, storylines and predictions and things like that. Dua had sent it on Discord for us to kind of talk about here. And this is not confirmed, but it's likely where they're headed with most of these matches, honestly. At least a good portion of that list will be in the game. But let's stick to what we really know, which is everything we unpacked within the last 50 minutes. How excited are you, Duet? We've reached the finale of our big reveal here, bro. I am super excited. This has been outstanding. I love it.
I'm so excited, especially now that they officially announced 40 years of WrestleMania.
Yes.
Going back to the old clues, like the Bray Wyatt, John Cena one. I'm so glad The Fiend is going to be it. Holy crap. Firefly Funhouse, WrestleMania 36.
Remember,
oh my God,
they showed the John Cena NWO shirt, pretty much teasing several elements of WrestleMania. But now that we know it's 40 years, like you said, that's like pretty much a given. The Fiend will be in the game. The Firefly Funhouse match with Cena is in the game.
Yep.
Wow, so many things to unpack. beyond what we read. So if you guys want to continue reading and see it for yourself, head on over to WWE.com. Do it. It has been a ton of fun, bro. I had a blast looking into all of this information here with you, man. Thank you for joining us here today to, you know, kind of jump into the thick of 2K24 season, kicking off today, January 22nd. I can't wait to play the game and to see everyone's reaction online, bro. Anything else you want to add in closing here?
Nah, thanks so much for having me, man. I'm super. My expectations of this game have changed completely. Like I'm trying not to get too excited, too out of control. I still want to wait until they actually, you know, show us some more. But I'm super impressed with,
man. 10 out of 10
so far.
10 out of 10. What's your score? What's your score?
For the trailer, again, I don't like the AI, but for the whole reveal, 10 out of 10.
Whole reveal 10 out of 10 from me too, bro. I'm stoked. Guys, hit us up in the comment section. How do you feel about the 40 years of WrestleMania? How do you feel about Cody being on the cover? How do you feel about Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair? Thanks for stopping by. Smash the likes if you made it this far. I don't know what you're doing. Come on, man. I'll see y'all later. Peace.